I'm Millan of I am currently in 8th grade at Quest Academy in Palatine, Illinois. This is my invention, the Soap-Free Sonic Faucet. Americans use a lot of water, like a lot of water. The average shower is 64 liters of water. The average bath is 92 liters of water. The average laundry load is 130 liters of water, while the average toilet flush is 11 liters of water. This all adds up, and the average American uses approximately 310 liters of water per day. And that's just an individual, not even a whole household. For comparison, the European uses approximately 144 liters of water per day, and the average person in a developing country uses, wait for it, 10 liters of water per day. 10 liters. As you may have guessed, Americans have the highest usage of water in the entire world. The problem with this is that a lot of this water is sent out to a water treatment facility, and then it comes back in the form of clean drinking water. But water that's too soapy and has too many additives in it is frequently thrown out because it's not worth the effort to purify, and it's not even worth the energy or time. I searched for a while everywhere from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to the World Health Organization to find a product that would help this cause, but I couldn't find one. Although many people were aware of the problem, there wasn't a product that solved it. So I created my invention, and it took a while to get to this stage actually. I had a completely different idea initially. It involved using a Venturi tube to get a small stream of water to achieve a high pressure and blast everything off a plate or any other object, plate with just my test subject, so that it would have the effect of cleaning of soap. But it wasn't that effective. It was only as effective as a modern kitchen spray faucet. However, while watching this video about cavitation, cavitation is basically the rapid formation and collapse of nanobubbles, I realized that the destructive powers of these bubbles that so many scientists are working on to get rid of could actually be harnessed to clean things. And that's what I used in my invention. So here we have a graph of pressure and temperature, and this is water right here. So liquid can only transform to vapor at 100 degrees centigrade, the boiling temperature at atmospheric pressure, the pressure that most of us are in. However, liquid can transform to vapor at much lower temperatures, even at the commonly accepted freezing point. And that's because once you lower the pressure, then the liquid can easily transform into vapor. It doesn't matter what the temperature is at that point. Here we see the effects of cavitation on a pump impeller. Brand new, and 2 years later, the blades are completely worn down. It's rendering it useless. Now here we see bubble collapse. As explained before, the low pressure inside these bubbles are formed because as they enter an area of low pressure, that low pressure then causes them to implode once they reach an area of standard pressure. When they implode, they release this microjet that's extremely powerful, and just one does pretty much nothing. But in millions or billions of quantities, they can do a lot of damage, as evidenced in that pump impeller photo before. This is basically what I'm using in my prototype. Here it is. It's basically this rubber bladder, and I'm going to connect it to my sink like this and tighten it with this hose clamp. And here we have a plate of lipstick. I just smudged this lipstick all over this plate. The reason I use lipstick is because it's designed to be sticky, and it's used as a test for many cleaning agents, including many soaps. So right now I'm just going to pass water through this, and we'll see how it does. Yeah, nothing happens. Now I turn this on, and it'll become very loud because you'll hear the bubbles. There, almost all of the lipstick is gone, and as was evidenced, lipstick can only be removed with soap. And this is pretty impressive considering that this doesn't use soap at all. It'll completely get rid of the usage of soap except in microbial and bacterial terms. So there were a lot of iterations that I wanted to make to this. The first being the size. As you can see, it's very, very large and won't fit under most sinks. It can only fit under my kitchen sink at present. I'd like to condense that. The other thing is distance. As you noticed, I had to hold the plate very, very close to it. It might have actually seemed like this was scrubbing it rather than actually cleaning, but just so you know, it wasn't actually scrubbing it. There should be no lipstick on the bottom of this. And the last thing is high voltage. This device uses a very, very high voltage, AC 110 volts, and in European countries, 240 volts. I couldn't find any way to reduce that along the way because the sound source needs that much energy to get to it. If I could find a better sound source that doesn't need that much energy with that high a risk of electrocution, especially with water, which is conductive, it would be a great contribution to this, to my prototype. However, it has succeeded in its purpose, and I hope it will be a great way of effectively reducing our dependency on soap and therefore the amount of water that's wasted by water treatment plants. Thank you for this opportunity.